Hi there, this is Jim the Keys bartender coming to you from Central Key Largo. Central, here with Steve and Lizzy.
How you doing?
Hey, what do you call your last names? Do you go by Steve's last name? Or do you go?
No.
No?
I'm a Schwartz. She's a Soto.
A Schwartz Soto?
Mm-hmm.
S-O-T-O?
S-O-U-T-O.
S-O-U-T-O?
Mm-hmm.
Well, Schwartz I can tell. That's German.
Right.
What's that? You don't know your ethnic background? Do you want to talk about it?
It's complicated.
Oh, it's okay. It's not your. It's not. It's okay. That's all right. That is fine. That is fine. You don't have to explain it.
But
I just say I could tell by the look of the look you were giving me that's fine. Some people need to have their secrets, or not secrets.
No, there's no
They're
secrets.
mystery.
But
They're
I'm
mystery.
Italian. I'm Italian American. If you were.
Okay, that
That's where you were
sounds.
getting at.
Sounds.
Yeah.
Well, that certainly sounds. Soto sounds Italian. Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, we're here in Key Largo. Once again, we were talking on Tuesday. It was with Tyler and Jenna, and we were talking about their near miss. What were you guys planning to do? If were you gonna? I mean, you have a pretty tidy, and you're pretty high up. So you're about 12 feet.
We're pretty good here on elevation. As far as I understand, we're like this street is the highest elevation on the island. So, and the house, as you can see, is kind of a little concrete bunker, so we weren't really planning on leaving.
The eagle's nest.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we were just going to hunker down.
Yeah.
And,
you're going to button up. And what did you? What's the plan? I didn't even talk to this when there was a possibility of storm coming. I imagine you gassed up and all that.
Yeah,
and you got some food
and some water. That's about it.
No, it's not. I know there was other things.
No.
You didn't go to the liquor store?
Oh, well, yeah.
Oh, come on.
That's a
given. How much did you? What kind? Don't tell me what you bought, but how much did you buy?
Some Naked Turtle rum.
How many? Like how many bottles?
One big bottle.
That's it? Oh, really?
Only $20 at. I forget what it's called.
And a lot of beer.
A lot of beer?
Oh, yeah.
You don't have to move the mic away.
Oh, okay.
You can move it just a little away, and it'll just come in. You could do a little. Just be friendly with that mic, Lizzy. Just get right up
Not
on it,
too
like you
friendly
love it.
now.
No, it's all right. It's clean.
I'm sure.
They're clean. Yeah. So,
What else do we get?
well, how many cases? What are you talking about?
Just one big bottle and a case of Busch Light and a case of these, a 6-pack of these Blue Moon Mango.
I must be really jaded because I started. I started getting some canned food, but I didn't get too much.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking 3 days, 4 days.
Really?
Yeah, 4 days. They say to have 7, but we're in North Key Largo. We're not in
Right.
Key West
or anything like that. So we got hit really. So, and then I thought the day before I would get certain things, fill up the tub with water, and then I'd buy whatever left in the liquor store. I wouldn't because at the end, but. Then it may be good for me not to have it because I can see and imagine when you get really bored.
Yeah.
For me, I would be stressing and maybe
Just drink it all.
when we went.
I don't think we were ever really in too much danger. I don't think here.
No, but there was a time. There was a time when it kept on. It started dipping south a little again.
Right.
I was scared for
And then we thought,
it's-
if it trends that way, then we're fucked.
A couple people here on the street wanted to have a hurricane shutter party.
Oh, Friday night.
Friday night.
6 p.m.
And that just seemed a little early to me. They wanted everybody to get together, and everybody was going to help everybody put their hurricane shutters up.
I was going to do mine on Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday. That's more reasonable. I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, Friday night. I want to go out to dinner.
Yeah.
You see, it didn't even hit till Tuesday.
And they're
so, I mean, we would have, if it was coming to us, we probably would have closed. I work at Double on Monday, but I told people, they said, are you going to evacuate? And I said, no, I think I'm going to take this time. Where it wasn't a cone, unless it looked. I knew that was tricky because if it moved.
You were open
south,
Tuesday?
What?
You were open Tuesday? You worked double? Or Monday?
Monday. I worked a double.
Okay.
I worked open and closed.
Slow.
Oh, no, we did. We had a bang up night.
Yeah.
I had a great Sunday night. I've been doing all the social media for them.
Oh, yeah.
I just go and say, we do Martini Mondays and Sunday. I work at the Catch. You work at
Mrs. Mac's Kitchen.
So you can go. You can go and see Lizzy there.
Meatloaf Monday, Prime Rib Tuesday, and what's Wednesday night? Oh, Friday. Seafood Sensations Friday.
Okay. Well, I work. Mine's Martini Monday, which is also
I never knew
chicken
that.
pot pie. Yeah. Well, it just started like 3 weeks ago.
Oh,
$5 martinis.
interesting. Any kind of martini, or just like regular
Well, not any kind of martini.
flavor ones, like
Yes.
Cosmos and all that stuff.
Cosmos,
Apple
espressos,
martinis.
apples.
Interesting.
Some lychee pear.
Oh, those are good.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good to know.
So, but no, it was busy. And what I meant is jaded. I was, I'm thinking, well, strategically, if it jigged south,
Right.
I'd have to, we'd go up, because it was so slow moving, you'd be able to go up to 27
Yeah.
and just keep on driving. I try to leave early, I guess, real early in the middle of the night, put the girls in the car and the dog, and just,
Where would you go? Like over to like Naples?
yeah, it would have died. It would have died across there. Would have made it to, I would have done the same thing. I would have found the first place
Right.
that had room, and I'd say they said, I know what to do now. And this is a little hint for people, because it was on the weekend. Well, I think there'd be a lot of availability.
Hotels, you mean?
Yeah, I said I'd ask them how many reservations you have from over 2 weeks, over a week ago. And then I said, well, can I be on call and I'll just hang out in your lobby and
Right.
go to a place that has a bar,
Right.
and we just sit in the parking lot.
Last year, 2 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I went on call. I'm on a waiting list, and
Right.
the wedding didn't show up.
They did that for your mom. They called her. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good idea. And during
I called her.
hurricane-
I mean, they put us in a room because it was on Thursday, and we were going to have to check out Saturday morning.
Yeah.
And the people had made reservation a month before. And I said, I don't think they're coming in, but I'm not going to tell you what to do.
Right.
But can you put me on a piece of paper? Write my name on a piece of paper, and the next time, I would suggest you to write other people's names on a piece of paper. And then when the cancellation's coming in, then the next person in line gets that room.
Right.
And I say, you know what? You'll have full occupancy
Pretty much.
again.
Right.
It
And I
won't be a
heard
lot
you can
of-
always bring dogs if there's a hurricane. You can't. They can't turn you
deny.
down, but if you ask, they will say no. But you can always bring them.
Yes.
Yeah, they can't turn you away, basically. So we brought our dog. And
Yeah. Well, you have a tiny dog too.
he's
30, 40 pounds, right?
Yeah. 25.
25.
Okay, yeah. Roxy's 8 pounds.
He's
I go
big
like
for
this thing on,
a-
and she doesn't.
She's so little.
Luckily, yeah, she's so little. She's yeah.
Our dog is like destruction.
All over the place.
He's a Pomeranian, so he's not supposed to be that big.
Yeah.
So he's
Well,
fat.
what I meant to say is strategy when you go and do it, it's just like you go away from where the initial contact will be.
Yeah.
And when it started going north, I said, well, this is the place to be.
Right.
I mean, no matter what happens, we're not even going to get any storm surge.
Right.
Matter of fact, on the Bayside, where we did the show on Tuesday night, Jenna and Tyler's place, it was 1 inch from their dock.
Really?
They call it the king tide,
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard about that.
which is a new phenomenon. Because, well, it's funny they call it the king tide because all these places that were built. Now, these places weren't built. They may be around for some of these places for 30 years. But then on the Bayside, there's places that have been around like 50, 60 years. And the yards flood up to the doorways of some of these houses.
Wow.
And if that was a regular occurrence, I imagine you wouldn't have built there
Right.
Right.
if there was just a regular thing as a king tide.
It's good thinking.
Yeah, I imagine they wouldn't be. So why would the king tide all of a sudden become a thing?
Global warming.
Or what we do?
Climate change.
Or well, you call what you want. I'll just say for sea level rise.
Right.
Sea level rise.
Polar caps
And they
melting.
may call it. The other argument is we don't have anything to do with it. It's just one of those things that happen.
Is that about the warm water? Same thing. Global warming. Yeah.
I know. Yeah, I'm not going to argue with people who's causing it, but if we could do anything to mitigate it, maybe we should.
You think?
It's like if you were sick and you started coughing a lot. If let's say you started coughing a lot and you had a problem with pain in your liver, you might stop drinking and smoking,
Right.
right? Because that could be the cause of some of your pain,
Right.
or you have painful urination.
Wow.
Right?
Right.
Or you have protected sex. I didn't mean to throw that in there, but I just thought about it. If you start having protective sex, you get a shot of pants. It's prevention. Why wouldn't you do any prevention?
Right.
But their argument, the argument here is, no, it's king tide, and humans don't have anything to do with it. Okay, that's what I mean. I understand the argument now that they have the argument. You're not going to get by them on it.
Yeah.
But if it's a possibility that you could do something to mitigate it,
Wouldn't you?
Like, yeah, why don't do it?
But
Yeah.
what could we do to not have it?
Well, supposedly, it's going to sound kind of crazy. There's a proposal to plant worldwide for a carbon mitigation 500 million trees.
Oh, wow.
Half a trillion, 500 billion trees. Now,
like a good idea.
Somalia or Ethiopia just a month ago planted 500 million. That
Their
is
own?
virtually a third world country. With our resources, we could probably at least plant maybe 100 billion trees. We could plant 100 billion trees, and then you got the European Union. They could do a lot. There's some decently wealthy South American countries. And you know what? Think about the effect of having all those freaking trees just for beautification.
Right.
Right.
Why wouldn't you do that?
The oxygen.
And the other thing would be to use in the Northern Europe, they do, it's called green roofs. You ever hear of green roofs?
No.
Greenhouses.
A green roof is where you put vegetation covering the top of all your buildings.
Like grass
to
on your
reduce
roof?
anything or everything.
That'd be
You know what
cool.
the thing is? Because when water falls on it, it acts as a filtration system, and it doesn't act as runoff. So
I would do
it
that.
uses that, but that, I mean, the virtual, it's very little carbon mitigation there, but it actually makes the city cooler.
Yeah.
It makes the building cooler, and it filters the water. And so any available space you have for greenery, you would use
Right.
in a city. Wow. And they did that in New York and so many cities. They took their elevated trains and the elevated train lines that there were not being used anymore, and he built parks through them. And Soho and all that stuff. It's beautiful. Yeah. Yeah. It's a beautiful thing. They make these parks
cool.
running through the middle of these towns and stuff.
so
It's
neat.
kind of, you've seen that in some of these science fiction movies where you see a lot of trees and stuff
Right.
like that.
Like
They
Avatar.
get it. They get it. Some of these people.
Avatar.
Yeah.
Lots of trees.
Jump right in there.
Why not? No, it is.
I'm just kidding.
But wherever, like down here, whenever we have an opportunity to have a tree down here,
Right.
think about the people down here. I don't know. I haven't seen a lot of pictures, but I imagine Key Largo was pretty much. I don't know what that land was. Was it one of these
Did you say it was like
semi-subtropical islands with scrublands?
Is it like limestone or rock or something? That's what I heard.
I have no idea. You mean what was it before we were?
Yeah,
here?
yeah. I mean, is there a way? Is there a way that we could? Let's say if you decided, let's say we want to run big desalination projects. Let me say mitigation projects for carbon dioxide. Use solar power, wind power, and stuff like that. And you start pumping water out of the ocean.
Right.
And where do you pump it? Into the desert.
Okay.
It makes a great place to pump in the desert. You know why? There's no water there. You just do it, and then
I
you
got
start
that
growing.
one.
You just start growing shit, and then dead plant life does rot and do that, but it also becomes carbon material. It becomes
Right.
what do you call that when you have that compost?
Compost.
Reminds me of that movie with Matt Damon where he grows all the stuff on that planet.
Yeah.
Remember?
And he uses poop, and
Yes.
he uses his own poop.
I
We
forgot.
could do that here. Imagine all the poop we could use. Well, the Chinese did it.
Martian.
The Martian.
The Chinese did it right after their revolution. They used a lot of their human waste to fertilize their.
That's fantastic.
Well, I mean, there's certain things in there that you can't do, like melons and stuff, where they really take in the refuse and they don't filter it out. But there's other vegetables that act as a filtration system, especially vined vegetables, but things that
Right.
lay on the ground
Oh, no.
are not actually really good to use human waste in.
He made
But if you
potatoes. That's all he made was potatoes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's he was. It was a problem, but he boiled them and he killed all the E. coli. Then, so yeah, microwaved them and all that stuff. You can't eat a raw potato.
I've eaten them raw. They're good. They're crunchy.
You've eaten a raw potato?
Yeah, with salt.
That's
It's really
disgusting.
good.
Yeah.
It's another weird thing about me. I like raw potatoes.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that one.
Well, you should if you were stuck with someone like Matt Damon in The Martian.
I wouldn't not eat them raw.
Yeah, because that's it's covered in poop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would not be good.
Oh, my God.
Try it next time. Oh, they're really good.
I don't know. We started out with the hurricane preparations and things like that, but we never really delved into the mystery of you guys. But maybe we have 3 minutes before our break. We're going to do a break. And it doesn't have to be, like I said, it could be 5 minutes, it could be 30 minutes. It's actually more like going to be like 15 seconds or a pee break thing. Okay. But this is how the media company can come. They told me they want to do a commercial
Intermission,
insert.
if you will. Oh, a commercial.
Commercial insert.
Nice.
And right now they're just inserting commercials for the production company,
Okay.
43 Keys Media.
Oh.
And they're inviting people. But right now we're in, I think, our podcast itself are in active negotiations with distilleries and bars down in Key West.
Right.
And I the way I view it is, and I'll give away my strategy to people. It's no secret. I don't have many secrets. Do you ever? I'm an open book. People say don't be so open with it. I don't know. It kind of works for me.
It's your thing.
Yeah, I plan to go and do shows from the Key West, and then down in Key West, I'm a different creature they've never seen down there.
Right.
You can be. I'm as straight as they come. I mean, not straight as I don't mean sexuality
That kind of
wise.
straight.
Right.
Straight. I'm talking about sexuality. I'm talking about conventionally. I'm kind of straight.
Like normal.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I don't pretend to be gonzo or anything like that. I'm kind of weird on my own way.
Right.
Maybe I'm weird because I'm not trying to be weird. Yeah.
I agree with that.
Yeah, and I don't really worry about it. And I'll go down there and do some shows. We'll promote that, and then we're going to come back up here and say, and people say, well, why aren't you doing that for Key Largo? And I say, well, because they want me down there.
Right. Right.
Wait, when are you going Fantasy Fest? Like,
I will be down there Fantasy Fest
But
by
not the
hook or
whole week.
crook. No.
we're gonna come.
No. I don't know if that would be effective, being
Seems
down there
like
doing.
There'd be too much going on.
Oh
almost,
yeah.
You know.
I heard it's. I don't know.
I'd have to have the equipment and have. I'd really have to scout that out. I'd have to have
be
like
in a really good spot, like up in a balcony.
handheld stuff with a headset.
Yeah.
For sure.
Back in the late 70s, early 80s, what's that guy from Minnesota Center, Frankel? Oh, he got in trouble. He got kicked out of the Senate for harassment.
Oh.
He was a big Democrat. He was on Saturday. He was a writer on Saturday Night Live.
Oh, Al Franken.
Al Franken.
Yeah, right.
He used to do remotes.
Yeah.
And how he
had the
did
big thing on his head.
Yeah, he had a satellite helmet.
On his head.
Had a football helmet with
That
a
was
satellite dish on it.
Yep.
And he would talk.
You should do that. That'd be great.
Where did he?
Well,
do
that's derivative, isn't it?
Yeah,
but I
yeah.
just thought that would be good. And go, and be talking to him, and he'd always be getting like he'd be in the middle of a riot or something like that, and get his ass kicked.
Well, for Fantasy Fest, you need to do that probably. That'd be good though.
Well, I'd wade right into it.
Yeah,
I'd
I
wade
know.
right into it. I would try to have everything in my person.
All the naked people and everything.
I'm not. I'm slightly titillated by nudity, but
They're painted.
they're painted.
They're
But
not
I mean,
totally-
I'd look and stuff like that.
I'm sure
but I
you
would
would.
not. I've seen my share of naked bodies, and I've seen some really good naked bodies.
Right.
And unfortunately, you know what? I haven't seen a lot of really bad ones.
Well,
That's good.
And that's what I think that
Might
I would
see
say I
down
have to be ready for Fantasy Fest.
Yeah, you'll see
and
that.
I've seen. I would like to do New Year's Eve
Oh.
down there, and I know CNN does it, and Don Lemon and who that chick Baldwin. I always thought I loved those
Haley Baldwin?
newscaster
Oh, Baldwin. Oh,
Baldwin. She's on CNN. She's one of the anchors, and I think she's not like model gorgeous, but she's
I'm Googling her right now.
She's no, she's just demure, and she's real. And they were genuine, and they're kind of drunk at a bar. No, they weren't in. Don Lemon was in New Orleans. They got fucked
Mardi
up in
Gras.
New Orleans, and not Mardi Gras at New Orleans on New Year's Eve.
Oh,
and they were fucked up in a bar.
Oh, Brooke Baldwin
And Don Lemon, and they were fucked up in a bar. I don't know if I would do that because I've done fucked up on a show before.
how'd that turn out?
You did?
Oh well,
Like where
I had
shipwrecks?
one accidentally got deleted because of that.
Oh, really?
Oh my god, I didn't know what to say at the end of the show, and then I hit the button and it said delete. Thank God.
Were you like at the Catcher shipwrecks?
No. I was home. I would never do that. I'd have to drive.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
true.
I never do that. Like here, that's the
Yeah.
reason why I'm drinking light beer.
That's funny. You delete it. Well,
I didn't delete it. Obviously, I didn't delete it on purpose, but it was nice. It would have been dilemmic, I think. It would have been a dilemma. When I say dilemmic, I would have to think about it.
yeah.
So at the end of it, I was doing it with a friend of mine, the show. It was a good show. There was a lot of slurring at the end by me.
Yeah.
But since I was home and the girls were away, we were at my house.
Yeah.
I don't have to go anywhere. So all holds bar. I mean,
Yeah.
I think I don't know if I had bourbon or wine or whatever, stuff like that. I went way into it. And at the end, I'm like going, and my buddy goes, well, I'll take care of this. We're going to, and I said, that would have been kind of funny. That would have been good podcast.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily good for me.
Right.
No.
Because there's a bunch of people that in a former club in the front of the phone book would say,
Yeah.
hey, you are back on it, buddy. But I accidentally hit delete, man, and that was gone. And I didn't seek to recapture that one.
That's funny.
Do you ever have Luke and Bill on your podcast anymore?
No.
No.
I didn't mean to say it like that. But I don't. But they were very good at times. They're performers.
Yeah.
They're musicians.
Right.
And they're used to a routine.
Yeah.
I don't like to be too. I mean, obviously, I write my plans for a show and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I don't like to be too scripted.
Right.
So I don't need to hear the same thing week in and week out. And I know I've told some stories week in and week out, but
Yeah.
I try to be off the cuff.
Right.
So I realize that's the reason why I like having you guys. You don't have any time. Now, wait, we're going to have to sign off for a second. We have to take a break. Okay. And this way, when we come back, we're going to talk about you guys, how you came down here. I don't need to relate why I came down here because I think I did it several times. But we called this episode, I forgot about this, because Lizzy has her own tagline.
Yes.
And she goes, yay, that's awesome. No, that's awesome. What do you say?
Which one was Holly made one and I made one?
You're awesome?
No, I think I was awesome and Holly was amazing.
Okay, yeah, yay.
It's awesome.
Awesome.
It's amazing.
Amazing.
Yeah.
But I've heard you say amazing.
No, just repeating what Holly
Awesome.
said.
Awesome.
Yeah. Because she like,
Can you sign off with that?
can I?
Yeah, right now.
Everything's awesome. Everything's amazing. Signing off.
Okay. Well, we're not signing off.
Oh.
We're not signing off. We're just taking a break.
Okay.
Okay. We'll be right back.
Whether you're one of our regular visitors to the Florida Keys or you can't wait to visit for the first time, you'll want to stay up to date on everything that's going on in the Florida Keys. To learn all the secrets, tips, and the stuff we don't talk about to anyone but each other, visit 43keys.com. Sign up for our newsletter and never miss any of the exciting things we have planned for you. That's 43 Keys, the number 4, the number 3, keys.com.
Hey, we're back. Everything is awesome. Amazing. 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 Amazing.
It's amazing.
That's all,
Yay.
all of the above.
Amazing. This food's amazing. This beer's amazing.
Liz is always just so cheerful that,
There's nothing wrong with that.
she's
Nine
known for that slogan.
Percent of the time.
Actually, well, I know no one goes, oh my God, that cheerful, pretty woman's coming in. I mean, unless you're an asshole and you don't want to be cheerful and stuff like that.
Maybe.
Why would you
Some
have
people-
Why would you have a problem with that?
Some people are very uncheerful.
No, right away I was yeah, that was good. Yeah. Yeah, there's some other attractive women that come in here and they're
Not cheerful.
not cheerful.
Yeah.
Really?
Not cheerful. I'll tell you, hey, listen, it's weird. I guess I'm getting old. I'll take a cheerful guy over a sad, beautiful woman anytime.
Yes.
Just to hang at the bar.
I agree.
Right.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're
Oh.
annoying. If people say they're
So you're
annoying, it's because don't let other fucking people bring you down.
Yeah.
I'm telling you that all the time. Not you.
Yeah.
The people in the thing. Don't let someone bring you down. If you're up, don't let someone bring you down.
Right.
It's not your job is to take care of yourself. Mm-hmm. But we were talking how you guys. Wait, did we mention the last time how you guys
I
got
think
down
we've
here?
been over it before. I
think so.
Yeah, we came down from Fort Lauderdale a couple years ago.
Because his parents moved
Oh, your
here.
parents lived down here and stuff like that.
Basically
They
fell in
are
love with
down
Key Largo.
there. Yeah,
And then you got a
would
job,
visit
and you were working on working at a bar on the beach.
The same
Oh my
bar
God, it's
for
all coming back to
18
me.
Years. Yeah. So. I
Oh
was
my
like,
God.
Yeah, same job for 18 years. I was ready to go.
Oh, I never actually heard of a Category 5.
Category
I'm
five.
doing Trump.
Oh yeah. Did you see the map that he
Yeah, he drew a
fudged
map. He
with
drew a
the
fucking
Sharpie?
map with a Sharpie, and then he showed it and goes, so, well, here's the map, and there's the Sharpie, and everything is a white line, and they got a Sharpie right there, and you go, okay, yeah. I mean, everyone knows now. Everyone knows now, and they're not, I mean, whoever's supporting him still,
Yeah.
well, whoever is supporting him still, they're supporting a liar. And they got a 7-year-old. A 7-year-old. I mean, hey, listen, I'm quite the asshole. I'm quite the asshole. I realize I am. I said it.
No way.
No, I said it. I said it.
No, you're not.
But if you can't say it, then maybe you're the asshole.
Right.
Maybe.
Right. He can't admit.
Yeah, you're awesome.
Oh, he won't admit it.
You don't say you're awesome. You say this is awesome.
Right.
You never talk about how awesome you are. You're pretty awesome. You are. Yeah, you know what? You're Lizzy. You're
No,
awesome.
thanks.
And Steve's awesome, too. I'll tell you that. These two come in to the catch all the time and ask about NASCAR and stuff like that. And I'll tell you, I used to say shit about it, about making left turns or right turns or whatever, stuff like that. And once you focus on something, you start appreciating it. And then you start seeing there's always a beauty in something people do well.
Yes.
I used to
There
hate
always
it.
is a beauty. I know. And when when you open yourself up to other things and you say, you know what? This is wonderful. And you look at it and I used to say, they're not fucking athletes. They're just people that get sponsors and shit like that.
Right.
And they can sit in a car for a while.
That's what
but
I
it's
thought.
fucking hot as hell. There's a lot of concentration that goes on. They have to do this for hours. There's a certain
Strategy.
amount of concentration and strategy. Concentration and focus.
Yeah.
The fucking focus. They got to be on. I mean, some of those. I bet they're on some nootropics. Some of these guys.
Maybe.
I thought.
I mean, they don't. Have, do they test?
Remember the other night at the catch, that lady that got so mad.
Yeah, actually,
So
the other
bad.
night when we
I don't know if
came
you
in,
noticed.
and remember, I asked you to put it on the NASCAR.
Oh, Sharon.
I don't know who it
there
was.
an older couple to our right, and she seemed pretty miffed
I don't even hear her.
that you were changing the channel.
I focus. You
away
got.
from the hurricane coverage.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck
Carnage.
that. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. I did.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
It's hurting.
That's going on. What
But,
the
like,
hell?
why do
You know
we
what?
need to
The
sit and
next
watch
track.
that?
The next track that comes in. Whatever in 3 hours. That's all you need.
Right.
That's all you need.
Yeah.
I mean, if
got
there was
so
a,
They were just showing the same news footage over and over of the rain pummeling,
what?
pummeling
And you didn't hesitate.
thing.
You put it right on. You didn't say, hold on.
But
like
she
some-
was apparently engrossed in that, and
She went.
she was extremely upset when you put it on the NASCAR.
well, there was nothing new going
And then
on.
they laughed.
Right. What?
Oh, they're fine.
Why would you want to sit and watch that?
I don't care. I don't care. I hate to say it. They do. First of all, especially when someone says, "What's a podcast?" and go, "Oh, don't worry about it."
Right.
Oh, I do a podcast. What's a podcast? Well, don't worry about it. You don't need to know. You don't know. It's like, oh, what's a robot? Oh, so well, you'll know when that fucking robot's not going to be Dorian stealing your fucking medication.
Yeah.
That was a bit on Saturday Night Live. Robots. I was Sam Waterston for Law and Order. He was. They did a fake commercial on Saturday Night Live. It was for. American Patriot Insurance. It was no matter what your age and something like that, they sell robot insurance. Because they showed at the beginning of the commercial and they said these old people going, oh, yeah, I have a hard time thinking. I worry about falling. I worry about my medical thing. I worry about dying. And this woman leans forward and she goes, you know what? I worry about robots. They'll break into our house and they steal medicine. Right, like that. And Sam Waterston comes up and goes, new Patriot Insurance for robot insurance. You never know when the metal ones will be coming for you and stuff like that.
Oh my God.
So these fucking old, I mean, when I say there's fucking young old people and old people.
Right.
They get entranced in the fucking hurricane. Yes. They think, hey, listen, I bitch enough about whoever the orange guy. Then let it go. Yeah, the bad hair dude, fucking comb over guy. You know? And if it pisses people off, I'm sorry, it pisses you off. But get over it. He's an asshole. Yeah, he is. And you got to defend him and you're going to say he's winning and you're obsessed with him, but I'm not. And then I forget about him. We learned to not be obsessed with him. And people going to say, he's going to win anyway. He's going to win. No, he's not.
I don't think he's going to win.
No, he's not. He won. The first one was an anomaly.
Right.
The next one's going to be a fucking embarrassment. And you're going to be sitting by the side as like fucking, you know, you're going to come and say, oh, what happened? Oh, well, I'll tell you what happened. You fucking had a loser. You voted for the worst guy, the worst president. You're going to tell your kids, your grandchildren, says, well, oh, yeah, Grandpa was a big supporter of that guy. Oh, really? Supposedly he was a fucking worst president out of every president in the United States. Worse than Buchanan. There's presidents in history. If there is a heaven. If there is a heaven. I mean, George Bush. I know George Bush actually is.
Which one?
Junior. Okay. Oh, my God. Just people like me who say, my God. I didn't realize how good we had it.
I don't remember him. Really. I remember who he is, but
Junior, George W.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We say, you know who he is. You were old enough.
What he did that was bad.
Oh well, he wasn't considered that smart,
right?
But he was way smarter than this guy.
Yeah.
Holy shit! Did he understand foreign policy? Did he understand domestic policy?
Yeah. I like Obama.
I mean, he said once, "Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, we'll never be fooled again." And that's he actually said it. He said it live. George W.
He did?
Yeah. And he dodged. Someone threw a shoe at him when he was in Iraq one time. And he dodged. He was like really good. He ducked down.
Really?
Yeah. It was a great video right there. And I swear to God, I missed the days when we had that guy. And you know what? I have a newfound respect for him. I do. And I don't mean that sarcastically. Yeah. I don't know. I realized how bad it could fucking get.
What about Obama? Did you like Obama?
I loved Obama.
Okay. You didn't mention him. You just mentioned Bush.
I loved Obama. Yeah, I did. A lot of people didn't like Obama. You know, if you don't like his policies, fine. But the guy wasn't a fucking idiot. No one could. If you could say he was a constitutional scholar.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Just because he wasn't a fucking lying billionaire, and he's fucking Trump's not a billionaire, and I'm not going to talk about him anymore the rest of him. He's not.
What is he?
He's on paper. He's afraid to show his tax returns, probably because he's probably worth like $80 million.
Really? Oh my God!
Guy lost money running casinos.
Oh, that's right.
If you have a list of things that he failed at,
right?
Oh, that's right. That one by our house in Fort Lauderdale was Trump, and then all of a sudden it was torn down and something else. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and there were so many lawsuits. He was famous for suing people, not paying people, having Trump steaks. I don't know, Trump steaks, Trump wine, Trump clothing line, whatever the thing. What was the point of the conversation? Focusing on the positive.
Right.
Yeah.
Focusing on the positive. I don't want to say, you know what? Move the fuck on. We're going to move the fuck on in 2020. Whatever it's going to be. Hey, if there's a good, it could be. Hey, there's Republicans coming out to run. There's Joe Walsh.
Right.
Joe Walsh is going to be running. He's a Republican and stuff like that. And you know what? You guys in fucking Congress or whatever, something like that, you're going to have to own up for the shit you did supporting this guy. And I think I spent enough time talking about this dickbag.
I started watching The Boys on Amazon.
Oh, that. Oh my God. Okay.
Have you
so
finished that?
Steve,
Don't tell me, 'cause
I didn't watch it. I didn't watch it yet. I have Amazon Prime. Steve is the owner, the purveyor of Key Largo Comics, and I mentioned the show. It's about a insurgent movement against a culture of superheroes,
Right.
where these superheroes are kind of, I guess, they're a substitute for oligarchs. And I mean, if I was going to make a commentary about it, it'd be like the powerful in society doing whatever the fuck they want,
Right.
without worrying about any consequences.
Right.
You know how you have wealthy people going and fucking get in the car, get in an accident, do this, kill somebody, and shit like that.
It's almost like they are the
Like anarchy with rules,
good.
kind of.
Well, the superheroes they are in this show. They're it's all they're like sold. They're like
They're marketed. They're marketing.
There you go.
They got marketing. They got marketing companies that are promoting them and stuff like that. I didn't see any of them. I know about
There's
the premise.
all kinds of, they're causing all kinds of collateral damage. People are getting killed, and they know that.
The one thing I hear about
lawyers-
this one dude he's staying there talking to his girlfriend after a date, and
Right.
this guy, kind of like a Flash type
Yeah,
superhero,
A-Train. His name is A-Train.
and he's doing some kind of fucking drug at the same time,
Right.
and he runs through the
her.
girl,
Through her.
runs through her, and the guy's left holding the girl's hands.
That's right. Severed hands.
Yeah,
Right.
she is disintegrated in front of him. It's just particles.
That's-
And the guy
that's-
stops and says, sorry.
Right.
And that's it. I'm fine. Like, they're
then,
they're so separated.
And then
It's
the
almost like
lawyers
that.
come to pay him off, and et cetera, and try to smooth things over, et cetera. But then there's this, like you said, there's an insurgent group that is like trying to take out these superheroes.
Yeah.
Trying to even the score, if
Yeah.
you will, and that's what the series is about. Is just these regular human beings that are trying to take out these out of control superheroes.
Yeah, there would be an assumption. The assumption is that when Superman arrives, like the DC thing,
Right.
that Superman arrives on Earth accidentally, sent for anything, that he's going to be a decent person.
Yeah.
He's going to be a decent person. If he was an asshole, if he was just like
Right.
one of those guys you see on fucking Cops that are in the trailer parks
Right.
and stuff like that, running around with meth and shit like that, what the fuck? Imagine some asshole. That's the way.
And
They're just like, it doesn't make you, just because you have a physical ability,
right.
doesn't make you a great person. And we
That's
see
what the
that in their
show's about.
athletes.
You get to know these superheroes too, and they're rotten. They're rotten. They're having sex and they're doing drugs. And
There's got to be real. No, there's got to be
some
some good ones. There's got to.
They're not really. Well, I mean, I'm 3
I
episodes.
bet.
I'm 3 episodes in.
No, I
There
haven't
is
seen it.
one good one. You're right. There is a. There's. Well, no, it's this new show called The Boys.
I know,
And
but
it's-
he was just using Superman as a reference. Is that what you're saying?
yeah.
Yeah, I was using Superman as
He
reference.
is a Superman, basically like a version of Superman in the show.
I know. He's a total dickbag.
He's a total dick. He's
What's he
Really?
called?
Homelander.
Homelander.
He's a jerk.
Yeah, and it's just a great show. You got to watch it. I'm only 3 episodes in, but I kept hearing about it, So then I also went and started online. You can go on and there's this thing called Comixology where you can actually go on and read comics. You don't have to actually physically buy the actual. So I'm kind of reading along as I'm watching along, and it's following along the comics pretty closely. So yeah, it's a really good show. You should definitely check it out.
Is it funny or is it not?
It's funny. It's shocking. It's like,
it like-
Well, I mean, I think the way I see it, and I haven't seen it, but I've read the synopsis of it.
Right.
It's like the people we worship.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, be careful of the people we worship.
Like priests.
Well, not just priests. Think about the Greek gods.
yeah.
Think about the Greek gods. Think about the gods we invent. The old gods, where you fucking, oh, well, you know what? You're disappointing me, so I'm going to destroy the earth by flooding it for 40 fucking days.
Yeah.
Everything.
Right.
And then you're going to have to build a ship to put the animals. The animals had nothing to fucking do with it.
No, it's-
the animals had nothing to do fucking with the horrible shit that was going on there.
Right.
Are you blaming the fucking animals too? You got to get 2 snails, 2 zebras, 2 elephants, fucking like it. Oh,
I hate
that's
that story.
like a bullshit story. Total bullshit story. We have your angry gods. You're angry gods when you send your avenging angels down to turn Sodom and Gomorrah into a pillar of salt. Like there's a whole city. Have you ever been to a whole fucking city where everyone is fucking bad? Everyone's bad? The worst city in the world. Let's say during the Iraq War, Fallujah. Right. Fallujah. You always heard about Fallujah.
Sure.
Where they had a lot of insurgency going on. There was a shitload of good people in that town.
Yeah. I'm sure.
A shitload. In Baghdad, there were some assholes, and assholes cause a lot of damage. They run roughshod over people, and they use this fucking hero worship to their own fucking thing, like we did during the Christians did it during the Crusades. The Nazis did it with their ideology in Germany.
Jihad,
Aryan purity, communism. Whatever you're going to, put on the top of it. I mean, this bullshit with these absolutes. I hate these fucking absolutes. When people get angry at socialism or get angry at capitalism.
Right.
Listen. A lot of people understand. I do believe in capitalism, responsible capitalism, because it's a fiscal outlook. We should have an outlook that goes 10, 20 years down the line. You should be able to look at it and say, listen, what is my investment going to do 20 years down the line, not year to year? Once that happens, because companies have a responsibility to their shareholders.
Sure.
And just like, but that's where the boys come in and stuff like that. Whether our leaders, religious leaders, political leaders, pop culture. Mm-hmm. What the fuck? Yeah, it is a good actor. It's a good actor. They're not necessarily going to be a great person.
Right.
It's pretty good in this show. They kind of this group of kind of like, rebels, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah. Insurgency.
The insurgents. They kind of accidentally capture one of these superheroes. Kind of like bumble into it, and then they don't know, they gotta figure, because he's seen them, so now they gotta kill him. They gotta figure out a way to kill this superhero, and so the whole third episode is them basically.
Is he indestructible or something?
His skin is indestructible. First of all, he's invisible, and his skin is indestructible. So they have him trapped in this magnetic cage.
Yeah.
So that he's trapped in the cage.
Get that close.
But they can't kill him. They can't figure out how to kill him, because his skin is indestructible. He's just sitting in the cage laughing at him.
That's a metaphor for religion.
Right.
That's a metaphor for religion. You can't do shit. You can't destroy a thought. Mm-hmm. How do you fucking destroy a thought?
But they do wind up figuring out how to do it. So.
Okay.
But
the way I
don't
think
ruin it.
And the way I would do it, the way I would do it, destroying a thought. It's education. That's why, you know how they make education so expensive and it's so shit, piss poor, the content?
Right.
Critical thinking is dead in the United States. It is. Well, there was. I did post something. I had I think we could wind up on this. I posted something and it was, I'm not going to talk about that guy again, but it was a conservative pundit. A guy, he's conservative.
Yeah.
And it was in the Washington Examiner, which is the Fox News of the newspaper thing.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And he said it is time for the conservative movement, and in essence the Republican Party, to not shelter nationalist and white power, white supremacist people thinking in the party, people of that ilk. And he said, it is not the same thing. And I agree. I have friends. I have very good friends that were conservative politically that would discuss, no, capitalism does it, and socialism does it. And we didn't go and destroy each other and stuff like that. We were saying, no, well, the common good is actually the way where you raise everyone up. A rising tide raises all ships. And I'd say that. And he says, well, no, you need competition to do that. I understand. There is a legitimate argument for conservative theory and philosophy. But what happens is it has been corrupted by these people that come in and started turning the xenophobia and the hatefulness of protectionism. When I say protectionism, it's like people coming in the United States. We always came into the United States. People can't pour it in the United States. In the beginning, we came in. We did not ask the residents. They did not. Oh, okay. Well, the argument would be, well, they didn't have a formal government and something. It was just a bunch of tribes, and we came in and we set it up. We set up a system of government. And we set a thing, and we just moved across there. And there was manifest destiny. Because we were supposed to. God told us we were supposed to do it. We're supposed to take over the continent.
Yeah, right.
And we fuck those people. You know, they were gave them the lands, gave them the reservations, and then we suddenly, if they revolted, too bad for them.
Right.
So, but this guy came out and says, you know what? We can't make it a haven for hate. That's it. And I miss those days. There was a guy who was kind of anti-busing and all that stuff. There was somewhat segregationist. It could be slightly, but he did it. He didn't do it for racial. It was William F. Buckley. William F. Buckley was an erudite, thoughtful conservative. And if you went on there, he was dismissive of liberal thinking sometimes, which being dismissive of someone's thoughts, that's kind of when it's not based in hate,
right?
Okay, it's not based in hate and fear. Don't be dismissive. They had a legitimate argument. They had it. Reagan had a legitimate argument. John McCain, George W. George Sr., George H., they had great arguments for that. George H. had the first one pass the assault weapon ban. And Meghan McCain said, well, if you're going to try to pass the assault weapons ban, Meghan McCain, the daughter, said, well, you may get a lot of people angry and they may start revolting. Oh, that's the reason why we shouldn't do it? We shouldn't do it because you're going to kill us?
Right.
That's your argument?
That just happened this week, didn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's your argument. And I said, shame on you. Shame on you for that. That hate and that fear. What do you fear? What are you afraid of? How many times, yes, there are minority groups down here that are violent, and they're violent inside they're inside their groups. They're very violent. Black men are mainly killed by black men, not by white men, unless you consider police officers in there. But I mean, and white guys are killed by their wives, or something like that, or whatever it is. And the white women are killed by their husbands and boyfriends. That's what happens. It's kept in the group. So don't fear these other groups. They usually don't go outside their group to kill. Mass murderers. Murder within, not recently, there's certain people that go out and do it. But mass murders normally murder within their ethnic group. And this fear of revolution or protection of the government coming in and taking it, we've been doing it so long. And to say that video games do it, and because video games are in Japan, they're in Germany, they're in Austria, but they don't have the level of gun violence that we have. We don't. And I have a handgun. It's locked in a safe. I mean, that's pretty safe in my house. If I had to assault a house, I would need assault weapons to assault something. It's an assault weapon.
Right.
It's not a defense weapon. But I guess you could use it as a defense weapon. It's great inside your house. But how many times do you think this is going to happen? If you're going to need an assault weapon, it's because the police are coming to your house. It's probably because you're cooking fucking meth.
Yeah, right.
Or you have some women in your basement or your shed.
Oh, my God.
Could check the shed.
No, you have a shed?
Yeah.
Shed.
Yes.
How many women can you fit in there?
Like,
Oh, my God.
a lot.
Oh, really? Okay.
About 20.
That's great. 20. That'd be awesome. Awesome.
Size women.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
10 large size women.
Yeah, but you'd hear a lot of banging on there unless you had something going on. Yeah, you would hear. I don't think there would be any danger right there. Well, listen. Did we covered the boys?
Yeah.
Covered the thing. It's
highly
50 minutes.
recommended.
Listen, if you'd like to see Lizzy, go to Mrs. Max, the
The small one.
The
small one. The original.
On the Bayside.
On the Bayside, yeah.
Yep. And I'm at the Catch at 102.
Martini Monday.
Martini Monday.
When?
Martini Mondays, 6 to 8.
Yeah. Oh.
Come in and see. You know what? I may not be able to.
Schedule.
I may not be. It's not the best time to come and talk to me. If you want to talk to me, come in on Mondays in the daytime and Wednesday in the daytime,
Or
and Fridays in the
Sundays at
daytime.
4. Sundays at 4:30.
Sundays at 4:30.
And then we'll be
come in
there
and
too.
sit at the bar, and we'll have a drink, and they'll be in.
And make sure you ask for the jalapeno margarita, the Tanteo jalapeno margarita. Best drink.
It's Tanteo.
Tanteo.
That sounds like I thought it was Tanteo.
Oh.
It could be. I just said that. I don't know. I don't know what it is. Who
I
knows?
don't know.
Who knows who said that? I didn't.
It's really
did I
good.
say that? Yeah.
Just order it.
What is it? It's
It's the jalapeno tequila.
no, but what? It's really good.
The margarita.
But how would you say it?
It's awesome.
Oh, it's really awesome. It's amazing.
Amazing.
And it really is. And the Oysters Rockefeller.
Oysters Rockefeller. Wow.
Yeah.
You really pitch it. Okay. Well, thanks. I'd like to thank Steve and Lizzy. Say goodbye, everyone. Say
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye. Awesome. Have an awesome night.
we'll be back next week. Talk to you later.